This Minecraft video is probably one of the scariest ones I have ever made. I decided while trying to enchant all of my items in my hardcore world to the max that it was probably time to try and do a little bit of end busting, which is basically flying off in one direction in the end and trying to find these end cities to find a bunch of cool loot and insane items. And I also wanted to stack up on some shulker shells so we can make a bunch of shulker boxes, but that's not the main reason we're going. Here's the problem though. The whole time I was end busting, I only actually had 40 something rockets, which for something like this is really bad. So I was risking a lot going out pretty much at all at this point. If I got lost in the end, it was basically over. Also, ignore the fact that my tools are all netherite for now. That's part of a different video that will eventually come out. I'm jumping around a bit in this world. You'll see it eventually. So the end busting starts quite well. I climb up on top of the tower that I've already cleared out, which was where I got my elytra from in the first place, and I set my render distance up to the max to try and see if I can find an end city from where I currently am. I fly off in one direction and we very quickly find another one of these little towers, which wasn't too hard to clear. We killed quite a few shulkers and we got some decent loot. And from there, we managed to find two more smaller end cities pretty much straight away. So we hadn't been searching for that long, and we'd already basically cleared out 3 different end cities. Well, they were quite small, so maybe like end villages. And even after that, we got left with some pretty good loot. And to be honest, I was going to turn around here. My fireworks, like I mentioned, I only had 40 of them. And at this point, we only really had about half of them left. So I was terrified. I decided to fly around just a little bit longer, and right before I turned around, I found this. What the hell? Oh my god. What the hell? Wait, there's 2 ships. Oh my god, this is 2 things next to each other. Oh my god, what the hell? Is that, no way, that's the 3rd one. Dude, what the hell? I was about to turn around. 3 massive end cities all right next to each other with 2 different ships. This was absolutely insane. So the ships, for those of you who don't know, is actually where you get the elytra, the wings that you can wear that allow you to fly in Minecraft. They're only guarded by a shulker, but that's pretty easy just to kill. And there's also 2 chests that are constantly right next to them that have some really good loot in. So we were about to get our 2nd and 3rd pair of wings. Once we clear out the first ship, we grab the 2nd set of elytra and we're just chilling for a little bit. I decided to sort my inventory out, and this is the first time we can see the sheer amount of stuff that we've gotten so far. A lot of it is iron armor, but I will take it anyway. I won't ever use it, but I will take it because, you know, it's free stuff. And we also find quite a few diamonds, quite a lot of iron, a few emeralds. It's looking pretty good. These end cities are also absolutely massive, so it's almost impossible to remember where I've been in each one. So for a while, I just kind of wander aimlessly, and that's just the first end city that I get lost in. We have 2 more of these things to check. Once we managed to clear out the first city, and I was confident I'd killed all the shulkers and I'd got all of the chests in there, we moved over to the 2nd city, which goes a lot smoother. Doing the first one, I managed to learn where all the chests actually spawn and what kind of buildings they were in, so I didn't have to climb a bunch of towers where there was only a shulker at the top, because at this point, I didn't want to keep fighting them. I was getting a little bit bored. This made the whole process, while still a very stressful one, actually quite a lot nicer than the one before. Now, this was also a slightly smaller entity anyway, so it was a lot easier to keep track of where you were, but it was still dangerous, and we still very much could die at any second. We actually managed to get an efficiency 5 shovel, and also managed to get like mending bits of armor and all of this like crazy stuff, which shows you what kind of mad loot you can get out of these end cities if you go and find them. But not too long after finding the shovel, we managed to actually clear out the 2nd end city, leaving only the 3rd and the smallest one to go. Now, would you believe that in the 3rd and smallest end city that I've just explored, that is where I nearly die. I was in just the same room that is in all of these end cities with a bunch of shulkers in it, but I didn't realize how much damage I was taking. So I had to get myself into a corner, box myself in, and search through all my shulker boxes trying to find more food. That would have been a terrible way to lose this world. But we managed it. It's still stressful, I'm still panicking, but we managed it. But the difficult part was so far from over. we still had to make our way home, and we really didn't have that many rockets left. And since, you know, my brain works the way it works, I decided not to get my coordinates before I set off from the original portal, so I had no idea where I was. So I kind of took an educated guess and started heading back in the direction which was the way I thought I came from, and I managed to find a small end tower, which I thought was the one I took off from when I found those 3 big end cities all in the same place, but it turns out this was one I had never been to yet. Which really wasn't good because I didn't see this one on the way in, which means I've gone the wrong way. So we were lost, and we were very, very quickly running out of fireworks. I make it to another end tower, which wasn't the one that I found initially, and eventually, on my last rocket, we reached the void. Going this way would lead back to the main island, sure, but doing so could potentially be suicide. If it's too far away, we won't make it with the height that we have right now, but if we land, we could be stuck and completely lost. This is a horrible idea. I hate it. No, we're not doing that. We will find another way. I decided it was best to land. This basically meant we had 2 options. One of them was dig up thousands of blocks and bridge ourselves back, or the second option is we try and find a gateway portal, both of which didn't seem like a super likely chance, and both of them I thought would take ages. I also landed next to another huge end city, but I didn't have time to explore this one. I needed to get home. I needed to get out of the end, out of like the absolute nothingness that the sound is. I needed out of that place. We wander around aimlessly for such a long time until finally I find what we've been looking for. A gateway portal, our ticket home. We actually have managed to find one. I build up, I glide through, and we land at our spawn point for the end. We had actually made it. We actually managed to get home, even though we went the complete wrong way and got completely lost. I was so relieved. And on your screen right now is all of the loot that we got from raiding the end cities that we visited. So, not bad at all. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave it a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.